Garou, the hero hunter and martial arts prodigy from One Punch Man, versus the low-class warrior, Son Goku from Dragon Ball Z. And in today's video, we will find out who is the better martial artist between Goku and Garou, who outskills who, and who would win in a hand-to-hand combat, stats equalized. This means we will only be talking about their martial art skill and prowess in the entire video. We will not be talking about how fast the characters are, how strong, or anything like that, because this is stat equalized, therefore it doesn't matter. Along with all those, hacks and abilities are also not allowed on the table. The only abilities and hacks that are allowed are martial art techniques and abilities that amplify their martial art prowess. Now with all that being established, let's get into the first person in the video. Let's talk about how good is Garou's martial arts in comparison to Goku. Now that we are starting off the video with martial arts prodigy Garou, let's dive straight into his redirection and blocking abilities that he possesses throughout One Punch Man series. So we know that Garou is able to minimize the damage that he takes and redirect Tank Top Master's punch 2 times harder back to him at the same time while minimizing the damage. We know Garou is actually very skilled in doing this because when he fought Tank Top Master, he stated that he dodged, parried, and blocked all of his attacks back to him. And that stated that no matter how strong the attack is, it's no use if it doesn't hit his mark, which is exactly how Garou uses his martial arts techniques. Garou uses his martial arts techniques to counterattack and use his throws, anticipates his opponent's moves, and uses techniques to return your strength 2 times fold. Tank Top Master in Exact Saiyan Scam says that Garou's martial art techniques are actually so good that he could incapacitate your physical functions with his thrust and join and target your vital spot. So essentially, in simple terms, that when you fight Garou, he redirects all your attacks, counter blows, and anticipates all of your moves. At the same time, he targets your joints and vital spots, which incapacitates your physical functions during the fight. This is even further backed up in the scan where it says it is a killer blow he created by himself by developing the martial arts that he learned with Bomb. And then the scan further goes on to say that the secret essence of the technique is to parry the enemy's attack like a stream of water and then use it to drive a powerful blow into the guarded spot of the enemy, which is exactly what Garou did when he fought Tank Top Master. Garou is actually so skilled in his martial arts that he's able to work on other S-class heroes like Metal Bat, where Metal Bat starts spinning with his bat, hitting him multiple times, but he's able to parry every single one of them. Garou also has some decent level of precognition as well. When he fought Saitama, he was able to calculate very far in advance to predict his every moveset, though this is only because Saitama actually lacked skill and full of openings. Another precognition feat that Garou also possesses, which is probably his best precognition feat he has in the entire series, that he reads the line of sight that you are doing based on where you're looking at, and your posture as well with your center of gravity to predict all your moves you could possibly make, and he picks the best outcome to counterattack it. So pretty simply, based off where you look at and your posture, he's able to tell what kind of attacks you're going to make, also based on your center of gravity to predict your moves and then counterattack it and hit your vital spots to incapacitate you. At one point in One Punch Man, Garou was able to fight Washout Man, who uses a different type of fighting style than him because Washout Man fights on all fours and Garou fights with only 2 limbs. And Washout Man's fighting style is only designed for something that counters human abilities and human tactics because he fights like an animal instead of a human. And after just fighting Washout Man just one time, Garou was actually able to copy how Washout Man was able to move and copy his fighting style technique from one time seeing it. Garou's copying abilities, because he's a martial art prodigy, is actually so good. When he fought Bang and Bomb, he was also able to master Awakening Breath that draws out your maximum potential of your body just by glancing at it one time. Which makes sense because earlier in the scan it states that Bang's Fist of Crushing Rock involves understanding the recreating within his body flows and tormenting under dueling forces and redirecting them through his fists, right? And Garou's ability is also able to absorb and copy all manners of martial art that also uses that flow. Garou also kind of takes inspiration from Goatman, I'm a Batman, because he also combines various forms into his own style that he also sees, which is very consistent because it's also stated that by Garou himself that I have absorbed every single style that I have ever fought and is in his own art, which includes Washout Man, and there's a whole entire list of all the flowing of Explosion, Tiger, Abysmal, parts, Foolish Paths that he also countered and absorbed. And his copying abilities actually go on so powerful that he's able to fight Bang and Bomb at the same time and master a technique that takes both Bang and Bomb, aka 2 people, to do, and he could do it on his own. Another thing I want to mention about Garou is that since he's a martial arts prodigy, he stated himself that the same attacks would not work on him twice. So basically this means if you were to do attack one time to him, according to like equal stats or something, which is this battle, is equal stats battle, it wouldn't work against him twice because he's a martial arts prodigy. Garou himself has also been stated to reach the very pinnacle of martial arts in the verse, which basically just in short means that he's the best martial arts in the entire verse, and you could probably say he knows all the martial arts, which is not really true, but if you want to wink it, then I guess you could just say that too. And the last thing I want to bring up about Garou is that he actually does have some form of Duraneg, but every time he does a blow and something, he produces a shock wave that no matter how strong your bones or muscles are, you can't train your gut. And shockwave will pass right through you, rupturing your organs so you can never be a hero again, which is what he said to Saitama. So in short, what Garou does is that every time he hits you, he shoots a shockwave inside your body, which attacks your internal organs, which is a form of their negation. And that sums up pretty much everything I have for how good Garou is at martial arts. And now it's time to talk about Goku and how Goku will compare to Garou in a martial arts equal stats battle. Now we are on to the second event of the topic of the video. How good is Goku in comparison to Garou when it comes to martial art abilities? Now we're going to dive straight into it, that we know that Goku is way better than Master Roshi. Stated by Master Roshi himself, there is no point in training under him no more because Goku is way better than him. And inside OG Dragon Ball, it stated that Master Roshi himself is known to be a god of martial arts across the entire verse. Which that statement alone of him being the god of martial arts inside the verse already lets you know that he should be around one of the pinnacle people entire of all of Earth when it comes to martial arts, and Goku surpasses Master Roshi. This will also include Son Gohan, and Son Gohan is stated to be an expert for every single martial art there is, and he has no equal. So basically, if Goku is over people like Son Gohan, which is the person who raised Goku, Goku knows exactly every martial art inside the verse, or has skill that's better than people who know every single martial art inside the verse. So at this point of the video for how good Goku is at martial arts is either one of two things. Either Goku knows every martial art inside the verse, or Goku's fighting style that he has is already better than all the other people who know every other martial arts in the verse and have no equal in it, which is more portrayed throughout Dragon Ball as well in my opinion. But either way, Goku already has a very substantial baseline feat, which is very consistent because it stated that Son Goku is the greatest martial artist on Earth. Goku also has very good learning and copying techniques because he's able to copy the Kami Yaw, which took Master Roshi himself 50 years to learn, and Goku's able to learn it and use it in just one glance. Goku has very consistent showings of bringing up the copy techniques and using once right after, like when he fought Jackie-Chan, who was Master Roshi in disguise. Master Roshi used an after image technique on Goku, which hit Goku, and Goku used it right back after him. But it didn't really work on Master Roshi because he already knew the technique and what it does. But Goku was able to surpass what Master Roshi thought, and I was able to counter and hit Master Roshi, so he used the technique even better than Master Roshi did. Goku has very good precognition via air currents as well. As stated in OG Dragon Ball, he's training with Mr. Popo. It stated that you need to have a sharpened spirit and feel the slightest movement in the atmosphere as well, which works so good to the point where he knows exactly what you're doing for certainty. When he wasn't looking at Tien when they fought, he was able to name and say exactly what Tien is about to do to him without even looking at him as a direction. Now let's talk about Ultra Instinct Goku and what his Ultra Instinct Goku brings to the table when it comes to martial arts, because that's where a lot of his better martial arts feats come from Goku. When Goku was fighting Jiren in his Ultra Instinct form, it stated that somehow Goku instantly overcame the overwhelming power and difference, and now that he continued to fight, Goku continued to evolve as the fight goes on. With every block, he hits Jiren more quickly, sharply, and heavily, which means every time he hits on you, it does more damage, and every time he hits you even more, it does it more sharply, which means that his attacks are getting more accurate to the point where it goes to 100% accuracy for each hit. We know the main point of Ultra Instinct is to fight without thinking and move without thinking. And as we said in the panel, you are still thinking with your movements through your mind before acting, aren't you? If you do that, then your speed will ultimately reach its limit. It will take time for your senses and your brain signals to reach your body. And then goes on to say, ideally for what you want is for each and every part of your body to respond and move on its own accord, but unfortunately it's not an easy task. And Goku does end up doing this with Ultra Instinct. So what this means for Goku is that when he goes into Ultra Instinct, his body will respond and move and fight for him on his own accord without using his brain signals or thinking at all. So basically thinking of like this, if fighter A has to think and use his brain signals then to move, then he'll be slower than someone who has to use their body to automatically move, skipping the part of your brain signal. So basically in this debate, in this topic where Goku is in martial arts with Garou, he is way faster than Garou by that standard. I just want to mention too that during negation will not really work on Goku as well, especially the current negation that Garou uses, because the way that Garou uses during negation is that he uses shockwaves to hit your internal organs. But we know throughout Dragon Ball they get hit with ki attacks and Kamehameha waves, which, destroy your atoms inside your body. And they come out perfectly fine after getting hit with such attacks that attack you and your atoms. Another point I would like to mention is that when Goku goes into an Ultra Instinct state, Granola has this thing on his eye that lets him see vital points of his enemies. And when Goku went Ultra Instinct, he said, I can't perceive any vital points of him at all. And he said, what is it? What is that form? Goku said, it's perfected Ultra Instinct. This basically just means that Garou's attacks where he hits your vital points and incapacitate the opponent and then take advantage of him wouldn't work on Goku, because Goku in his perfect Ultra Instinct form has no vitals to take advantage of at all. Therefore, Garou would not be able to pinpoint them or even attack them in the first place. Goku also has a very similar statement that Garou has. Basically, Goku says that the same move would not work on him over and over again, so Garou keeps spamming his flowing crushing rock techniques over and over at Goku, which is end up not working at him at all. And like the icing butter in the cake for why Goku absolutely stomps Garou when it comes to martial arts is because Garou has precognition as well, but it would even work because it stated that in these movements that Goku did versus Jiren, that Goku is not just fast, that they can't even sense his movement at all, and the same thing for his dodges. So not that Goku's just fast, so it's not a speed thing, they changed the difference of it, that it's just you can't sense Goku at all, therefore the precognition would not work on Goku. So basically the conclusion of the video is that Goku would dog walk Garou in martial arts no diff. It's not even close. Goku just outclasses in every single category. It's not even fair. And if you guys have any other recommendations on the video, you could comment down below and I probably will do them if I see it. You guys can also talk down your opinions on if there's anything I missed for both characters, and we could see who really wins this 1v1 showdown.